Niners fans and Bears fans, it's about that time. 8:30 a.m. on a Sunday, and it's a Halloween Sunday at that. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, J in the Bay. And of course, it's a pleasure to always be in front of the best fans in the NFL, the faithful, the Niner Empire. And of course, it's a game day Sunday. It's an early kick for the Niners. 10 a.m. start in the Windy City in Chi-Town. Can't wait for the game. We do have a special guest today. Let's get into that right now. He represents the Chicago Bears. He goes by the name of APW Sports. And make sure you check out him on social media. His Linktree link is in the description of this video. Make sure you check him out, especially if you're a Chicago Bears fan. He represents the Chicago Bears well. Let's bring in APW Sports. What's good?
What's up? What's up? What's going on? How you feeling?
Feeling? I'm feeling real good.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game. Let's just hope the results come out well. Let's hope we see a good game on both sides for each team, because I'm tired of seeing blowout games. So,
absolutely, man. And let's get into it. How did you? How long have you been a Chicago Bears fan?
Since I was in my mom's womb. So.
Okay.
My dad grew up working for the Bears, so I just been pretty much ingrained in Bears culture. So, my whole entire life.
All right, man. No, that's dope. Are you in the Midwest?
Still in Chicago.
Still Chicago. Okay, cool, man. All right, that's cool, man. That's good. That's good to hear. We have a few people in the chat. Let's say what's good to Young Hitter. How you doing this morning? He says, what's good, Jay in the Bay? Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed morning. I am. Same to you. Young Hitter says, let's go Niner Empire. Absolutely. Jay, what's good? Thanks for coming into the stream, man. I know you're excited for game day. We are, an hour, 27 minutes away from kickoff. I can't wait. And why did you love the Bears. Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel, man?
It was just something that kind of came out of I delayed it for a while because I was thinking, I was at a job one time and I was just at work. Then I'm just thinking of something. I'm like, I need to start doing something with the Bears and YouTube, and because I was writing blogs at first, but I'm like, this ain't gonna work. I need to put this in video form.
Yeah.
So I just started doing it and I fell in love with it, and the rest is history at that.
Yeah. And how long have you had your channel?
I've had it on and off for about 3 years. I took breaks in between, but I had it for about 3 years now.
Hey, and that was a great decision on your part. You have over 2,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, man. I hope to get there one day. But I want to say congratulations to you and your channel, and you got over 400,000 views, man. That's great, man. That's a wonderful achievement, man. Most people don't get that far, man. So keep representing the Bears well, man.
Appreciate the love, bro.
Absolutely. And Jay says, Jimmy G, you better play well, and Kyle step up. I agree. I know Chicago Bears fans are shaking in their boots when they see number 10 on the field. Is that right?
I like Jimmy G. He's from Chicago. He's from the Illinois area, but shaking in my boots, he is not Aaron Rodgers.
I would agree with that. and Jimmy G, he has 100 friends and family who will be in attendance of the game. Mm-hmm. You know, this is Jimmy G's homecoming. He's from Chicago, or the Chicago area, I should say. Mm-hmm. So, expectations are high for him, and this could be Jimmy G's last stand as the starting quarterback because Trey Lance is healthy. Hopefully, we see Trey Lance in the game today because we've lost 4 straight games. And I think, the narrative with Jimmy G was, hey, Jimmy G's in the game, you win. And it may not be pretty. He may not put up a lot of stats, but he wins. Right. But we haven't seen that this season.
He's a proven winner. But, I think this season, the offense isn't the same with you guys. Like, I'm used to seeing more of the running the football, more physical up front. Something with the interior of you guys' line that I've been noticing is like something isn't there.
I would say it's definitely Raheem Mostert. He was our starter. He was our home run hitter at the running back position. He was gone the first quarter of the opening game this year, and we have Elijah Mitchell, who I think could be similar to Raheem Mostert, but he doesn't. He's fast, but he's not Raheem Mostert.
Mostert fast, right?
Yeah. So, and he's a rookie. We're not going to put expectations on him compared to a 30-year-old Raheem Mostert. So, I think Raheem Mostert not being there definitely affected the running game. And then Shanahan, our coach, for some reason he got away from it. He tends to get away from the running game. He wants to pass the ball, and it's good to have a balance. But I think that's our bread and butter, the running game. So
we both similar in that aspect. Both teams.
Exactly, and the Bears have I think a top 5 running game, I believe,
somewhere around there.
Yeah. So that's definitely something that you like to hang your hat on. Speaking of the offense, you guys, got your franchise quarterback Justin Fields. So I have to ask you, what were your initial thoughts on the Bears drafting Justin Fields?
Hey, I was probably the happiest person in the world because I'm an Ohio State fan too.
Okay.
I watched him for his 2 years at Ohio State. I watched every snap. And I made this year-long prediction that the Bears are interested and the Bears were going to get him. When it came draft night and they didn't trade up and Denver still had the 8th pick, I'm like, we lost him. And Denver passed on him. I'm like, okay, Dallas ain't going to take a quarterback. Philly ain't going to take a quarterback. All right, we need to get up to the Giants pick.
Yeah.
That's the Giants pick. And I'm just like, don't take Mac Jones. Please don't take Mac Jones. Get Fields. They got Fields. I'm happy with it. But I'm not. The only reason I'm not happy with it is the coaching staff. Not a fan of the Bears coaching staff at all. But as far as Justin Fields, hey, I'm happy with it. So
absolutely. And that seems to be a common thing with Bears fans. They're unhappy with head coach Matt Nagy. And I think you said that he had a year left on his contract. Do you think Matt Nagy will be back, or would you want Matt Nagy to be back next year?
Not at all. Okay. No. I don't think he's going to be back. But the Bears have a history of not firing coaches in season. Yeah. So I don't think, despite whatever the season goes, he's out at the end of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah. And who would you want to replace him?
Brian Dable from Buffalo.
Okay.
The things he was able to do with Josh Allen, bringing him from – because his rookie year, he wasn't necessarily the best. Every year he's been improving. Yep. So I would rather have Brian Dable. A lot of people are going to say Bieniemy, but I don't want that Chiefs problem again. So I'll take Dable.
No, I dig it. And what are your thoughts on Justin Fields' performances so far?
Most Bear fans are going to blame him for a lot of it. Number one, we have a bad offensive scheme. Our offensive line is god-awful. And we've had injuries to Damian Williams. He was on the COVID list. And Montgomery is still out with a knee injury. Even though Khalil Herbert has been playing well, it's like you don't have that extra back. You don't have that 1-2 punch in the backfield to really establish more of a running game. And the Bears have a history, and Nagy has a history of being pass happy, especially when they don't need to. So Fields hasn't been playing his best, but at the same token, it's not all his fault.
Oh, him. Yeah. No, I dig it. Football is one of the, ultimate team sports. You can do everything perfectly, but if one player doesn't do their job, the play will get blown up. And we've experienced that as NFL fans. There's no doubt about that. It really takes an entire team to be successful. Jay says, if you don't play well, you have to be traded. I would be surprised by this. I don't think they would trade Jimmy G. I don't know what team would want him at this point.
Especially with his contract.
Exactly. I don't think a team is a quarterback away from, going deep.
Really contending, right.
Exactly. And Jimmy G, I don't think he hasn't shown. Honestly, I thought we would be a playoff team this year. Obviously, that's still possible, but I thought Jimmy G would play a lot better. I thought he would play similar to how he did in 2019, but he hasn't. He hasn't improved. I don't know if he's regressed, but he's not consistent enough for me.
No,
he's not consistent, and that separates the good from the great is consistency, and he's just not that. He's not consistent so far. So
not only his consistency, his ability to stay healthy.
Right. Right. That's a huge deal. Yeah. I want to say he's missed more games than he's played with the 49ers. So
because he missed
yeah.
most of 18, he missed most of last year, and the only year he was fully healthy, you guys went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So,
exactly. So yep. I just don't see teams. Yeah, unfortunately for Jimmy, he can't stay healthy. I just don't see teams trading for him. Jay Mouse says Debo is going to have 1,000-yard season, and we talked about that earlier. Yeah, the Debo versus what was the corner's name?
Jalen Johnson.
Jason, what number is he?
33.
33. Okay, so that's a matchup. Oh, he's wearing Charles
Tillman's old number.
Okay, all right, and he's a Bears legend for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Debo versus number 33. I'm looking forward to that matchup. You got a young corner and a young wide receiver, and Debo's having a fantastic year so far. With the 49ers, that's for sure.
Yes.
He's
a scary one because the way you guys use him, he is scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he had a great rookie season. Last year he was banged up, he was hurt, and this year he's playing up to his potential. That's for sure.
Yes.
Payo Time, you may know Payo Time.
Yeah.
Payo Time, what's good? Of course, we know him as the LA Rams YouTuber. Good luck to your team today. Hopefully you guys stay healthy. He says, good morning, Jay and APW. Great day to be alive and enjoy some football. Absolutely. Go Rams. Yes. Sean McVay is going for 50th regular season win today. Well, good luck, man. Good luck with that.
Good luck to y'all. Good luck to y'all.
Let's see. We got Job 561. What's good? He says, hey, man, what's up? He is a Indianapolis Colts fan. Shout out to you, man. Good luck to your team today as well. Looks like Job says we have a must-win game against the Titans. That would be, that's a good game. Colts and Titans. Good game. Those are probably two of the best teams in the AFC South. So that's that would be a good game.
Definitely.
Let's see. So right now, obviously the Bears, they're 3-4. It has been a disappointing season so far. What would you say are the three major weaknesses on the Chicago Bears?
The first weakness, offensive line and pass protection. The run blocking has been well. Pass protection for the Bears, they can't recognize blitzes, pick up blitzes, and Fields has been confused by the blitzes. So, one, offensive line. Two, the coaching staff, the play calling, the play design, the scheme, and the route concepts have been awful. The Bears have, I think, some talent on offense, but the coaching staff doesn't put them in best positions to actually succeed. And three, I think the Bears roster doesn't mesh. Like the offense is still kind of rebuilding and growing, and defensively we're ready to win now. Yeah. So it's like up, down. The roster just does not mesh at all right now.
Yeah, and I remember when the Chicago Bears, they traded for Khalil Mack. You guys, I thought were an elite defense, at least when Mack first got there. I think you guys are still pretty good. I think you're top 10 in pass defense. The run defense isn't as good. I think it's like in the middle tier. You're kind of like the Niners. We're pretty good in our pass defense, but we're in middle of the pack as far as a run defense. So that's definitely something that we need to work on. That's for sure. Some weaknesses for the Niners, I would say, is just consistency on offense. Last week against the Colts, we converted only 1 of 11 on third down opportunities. That's terrible. That's putrid.
You can't win games like that.
Exactly. You can't win games like that. That's a recipe for a disaster. And that's what happened. We lost. Also, the turnovers, your quarterback who touches the ball every snap, he can't be a turnover machine. And right now, Jimmy G is that. He threw 2 interceptions. Yeah, exactly. Both our quarterbacks, similar in that matter. But he threw 2 interceptions last week, had a fumble. You're just not going to be able to win games like that. And also, you've seen it, the secondary. The blueprint might be out on how to beat the 49ers.
Expose them.
Just throw the ball deep, and the corners are going to, commit penalties. So we have to change that. That's for sure.
Yes. Well, the Bears, I don't know about our passing game, but y'all secondary is a bit suspect.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting. Speaking of the secondaries, Allen Robinson, he's a good receiver. Is this the second year you guys have franchise tagged him, or is it the first?
This is the first year.
First year, okay. Are you guys going to sign him long term? What's going on?
In the best interest of the Bears, it might be blasphemous for me to say this. Mm-hmm. it might be time to let him walk.
Mm.
It might be time to let him walk. I know he's productive. I know he's great. Him and Fields still have to grow some chemistry, but I'm not sure about this offense. To me, they need to fully rebuild this offense, and he just might not fit the Bears' timeline. And plus, he's going to have a high price tag, and the Bears are already in a salary cap mess. So it might be best to let him walk.
Yeah, and Robinson, he wants to be paid like a top 5, wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he? Is he like 26?
He's
27?
like 29, 30, around that range.
He's on the wrong age of 30.
He's getting on the wrong side. He's about to be on the wrong side. So that's why I say he might need to let him walk.
Yeah, and time to rebuild that offense, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, what's good, CG Ruthless Sports? How you doing, man? I know you're excited for the game. Looking forward to it as well. And CG Ruthless Sports says Jalen Johnson is from Fresno. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and CG Ruthless is from the Fresno area, so that'll be a good matchup to look at. Absolutely. Now, I forgot to mention this running back, but obviously David Montgomery, he's been hurt. He's on IR, but you guys got a rookie running back in Herbert. And Payo Time had a great question. He says, APW Sports, what are your thoughts on Herbert? Young running back seems to be a bright spot for the Bears this season. What are your thoughts?
I actually like the guy. I like how physical he is. He runs extremely hard. Him and Montgomery has some similarities. Even though Herbert, I think, is just a tad bit quicker, a tad bit faster. But him and Montgomery, if Montgomery comes back when he's healthy, with Damian Williams as well, I think the Bears have a really solidified backfield with Herbert. Herbert has been playing. He's a big surprise, especially as a late round pick.
Yeah.
He is a huge surprise to this Bears offense. Huge.
And it's funny, you guys drafted a late round draft pick and a running back. We also drafted 2 running backs in this year's draft. Elijah Mitchell, you'll see him early and often, and also Jermichael Hasty. We drafted Trey Sermon.
I was just about to ask you, what is going on with my boy?
With Shanahan, it's either they're in the doghouse because either they don't practice the way he wants, or he's not impressed with their ability. But you figure you draft a running back, you see what he can do, and right now he's just not giving Trey Sermon an opportunity. The first game he played, he ran the ball one time and he got a concussion. So he was out the rest of the week. The next game he played, I believe it was against Seattle, and he looked his best. I think he had about 9 or 10 carries, but also all the other running backs were pretty much out. So now that it seems like Shanahan favors Elijah Mitchell, who we drafted this year in the 6th round. He favors Jermichael Hasty. He's been on the team for a few years, and he just came off IR. It just seems like Shanahan doesn't like, or he doesn't trust Sermon. I don't get it. I don't know if he's not the scheme fit, but when you draft a player, you're scouting him, you should be able to identify, he's going to be a good player for our scheme, or he's not. So I guess Shanahan just favors the other running backs. I don't think it's Trey Sermon is garbage or anything like that. It just seems like he favors the other running backs. But we traded up to get Sermon.
That's why I was like,
why are we not utilizing him? Like, you look at our first 3 draft picks. Of course, it's Trey Lance. We know his issue. There's Jimmy G's in front of him. Aaron Banks, the guard out of Notre Dame, he's a Bay Area kid. He can't get on the field. And usually your top 3 draft picks, through the first 3 rounds, usually they're starters. Right now, we're not getting anything from Aaron Banks. We're not getting anything really from Trey Sermon. And it's head scratching, that's for sure. I don't get it.
It was kind of like that with him at Ohio State. Like, he didn't see a lot of time early. He didn't start getting his real playing time till like the last 3 or 4 games of the year. So maybe he's a late bloomer.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I think I can only speak for myself as a Niner fan, but it seems like at least I've been spoiled with Raheem Mostert. When he was healthy, he was one of the fastest running backs in the NFL, and I think Elijah Mitchell can be that. But it seems like Sermon doesn't have that same burst that Mostert and Mitchell have. So that could be why. But, because usually Shanahan likes to run that zone stretch to the outside, and you have to be able to have the vision. You have to be able to have the speed to make that cut and go.
Right.
And Sermon may not have that, but we can use him in between the tackles.
Yeah, he's better in between the tackles.
Exactly. So maybe Shanahan, I don't know, thought he could run to the outside and be effective, like Mostert, and maybe he's not. So he's using other running backs, but I don't know. I want to see more of Trey Sermon, but it's not looking good for him because not only is Hasty and Mitchell ahead of him, we're also getting Jeff Wilson Jr. back probably in November because he had I think he had a torn meniscus or something in training camp. Yeah, so he should be back in November. And yeah, so he's honestly I wouldn't be surprised if he's a healthy scratch for multiple games this year because Shanahan for whatever reason just doesn't want to use him. So it's unfortunate. And the same thing could be said with Brandon Ayuk. He had a great rookie year last year.
Yeah.
And I know Ayuk, he had a hamstring pull. And
I've been reading up on that. He's been dealing with some injuries. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's part of the reason was that. And then it's every coach, I don't know, I can't speak for every coach, but Shanahan, when you're in the doghouse, it's hard to get out.
It's with that with both the Shanahans.
Yeah. So
dad and son.
It is unfortunate because the Niners don't draft a lot of first-round wide receivers well. There have been plenty of years.
At least in recent history, yeah.
Exactly. With Lynch, we did a good job. Ayuk and Debo. Those have been our two, but now we're not. I mean, Ayuk is getting the snaps. He has the second most snaps at the wide receiver position behind Debo, but for whatever reason, Jimmy doesn't have the rapport with Ayuk. He's not throwing to Ayuk for whatever reason, but hopefully we'll see some change, or Shanahan will scheme up plays specifically for Ayuk,
Right.
But we'll see. We shall see. Niner Faithful, what's good? He says, "Morning, Jay. What's your prediction on how many snaps Trey gets today, if any?"
He's gonna get a few of them. I'm pretty sure.
Think he's gonna get a few?
He's gonna get a few. I'm pretty sure. Mix up his legs, and he's not a bad arm. So I think he's going to get a couple of snaps, especially with the Bears defense not being 100% healthy. He's definitely going to see some snaps.
I want to see him get some snaps, but I would be kind of surprised. It seems, Shanahan is hell-bent on having Jimmy G be the starter. And part of me would be surprised. I wouldn't bet on him getting snaps. I want to see him get snaps, but I think if he does, it'll be minimal. Maybe he gets 5 or less.
He should get some at least. You don't have Khalil Mack, and we don't know where Robert Quinn's going to be coming off COVID. So
right.
He should get some snaps.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have been nice to see, the two rookies go against each other.
Yeah, see what they both can do against each other. But
yes,
I would have loved to see that.
And make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button in the chat. If you're ready for some 49er Bears football, make sure you hit that thumbs up button.
Yes,
make sure you subscribe to APW Sports. His social media info is in the link in the description. I would appreciate that. And this wasn't one of my questions, but what are your thoughts of the Chicago Bears offensive line? They've given up the most sacks in the NFL going up against Nick Bosa and this 49ers defensive line, man. What do you think?
I'm scared of Nick Bosa. I'm scared.
Hey, Ohio State?
I'm feared.
Yeah.
I've been watching, well, of course, like I said, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I've been watching Bosa since college.
Yeah.
And none of this he's doing is surprising me at all.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm scared, especially when you have 40-year-old Jason Peters. You have a right tackle position that has been – Ifedi is out. Wilkinson just came back from COVID. And Burrow just came back from IR. So we don't know where we're going to get at our right tackle's position. So he has a chance to dominate the game.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but he has a chance to dominate our passing game.
Yeah, and speaking of injuries, the Bears do have a lot of players out. I mean, the Bears head coach, Matt Nagy, is out, unfortunately, due to COVID. We know running back David Montgomery, he's out. Tight end Jimmy Graham, I think he had
COVID too.
Well. And also right tackle, as you mentioned, Jermaine Ifedi, and then, of course, Khalil Mack, one of the best defensive players in the league. And it's funny because the Bears lead the league in sacks, or I think they're 1 or 2 in sacks.
Right at the top.
Year. And the 49ers have had trouble with handling, defensive lines, stop defensive lines. Like we've gone up against Philly with Fletcher Cox. He's a beast.
Yes.
We make a lot of defensive lines look good, and Jimmy G does not work well when he's not comfortable in the pocket. So it'll be interesting to see. I know defensive tackle Akeem Hicks is questionable with the groin injury. It'll be interesting to see if he plays. But that'll be the key. The 49ers D-line against the Chicago Bears offensive line and vice versa.
Right. It all starts in the trenches.
All starts in the trenches. And whoever can protect their quarterback best, I think, will have the better chance of winning. That's for sure.
Definitely. And whichever team can establish the run game has a better chance as well.
Right. And it's funny, but I think we're two similar teams. The run defenses are average. The pass defense are pretty good. We both get after the quarterback. I think it's going to come down to penalties, turnovers, and I think third down efficiency. That's what it's going to come down to. Whoever excels in those three areas, they'll definitely have a better shot to win. That's for sure.
And whichever team can establish more of a passing game definitely has a chance of winning.
Yeah, because unfortunately, the Bears, they have the worst passing attack in the NFL. But hey, I mean, you got a rookie quarterback in there. There's going to be some growing pains for sure.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
rookie quarterback, bad scheme, bad play calling.
Yeah. And of course, with our secondary, we have to stop hugging the receivers. That might help us. I think if we don't hug our receivers, they won't throw the flag, man. It's like, and I know the DB coach is not teaching them to do that, so I don't know what's going on.
But you guys have went up against some good receiving cores, though.
We have
good receiving cores.
Devontae Adams, the Cardinals receivers, even Seattle with DK. Yeah. Even in our division, you look at our division, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, they all have great offenses.
Really? Yes.
Yeah. So we definitely have our hands full.
Definitely.
I appreciate you stopping by, Joe. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Good luck to your team today.
Good luck.
And CG Ruthless, he agrees. I think every 49er agrees. We got to cut down on defensive PIs. That's for sure, man.
Definitely.
That is
because that is something I noticed last week against the Colts. I'm like, how many flags are they gonna get?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Norm, I'm like, because I didn't even realize Norman was with the 49ers until last week.
Yeah, we signed him off the street, man, because our starting corner Jason Verrett got hurt.
Yeah.
Surprise. Unfortunately, he's missed more games than he's played. But when we brought Verrett in, no one thought that he would be playing
have a
good Pro Bowl level. No one thought that. And we just signed him to bring him on. It was low risk, high reward thing, right? But then he became our best corner, and then he gets hurt. And also opposite of him was Emmanuel Mosley. He was hurt for I think the first 2, maybe 3 weeks of the season. Mm-hmm. So we were pulling guys off the street. Trey Kirkpatrick, Josh Norman. Buster Screen, Buster Screen. We signed him, but then we cut him about a week later. So
rightfully so.
We definitely have to draft corners. We did draft 2 corners. And speaking of not using your talent, Ambry Thomas, the corner out of Michigan, he's been basically, I think he only played 1 game so far, basically been a healthy scratch. We're not using him, but maybe we should use him because if Josh Norman is just going to hug the receiver,
might not be that good.
Well, Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah, I get it. but also, Ambry Thomas, he didn't play last year, so he opted out. So that hurts his development. But if Josh Norman is just going to hug the receiver, then why not just put Ambry in, get him some? Because Ambry and Demo Lenore, another corner we drafted, they've been basically healthy scratches. So. They could be our starters next year, so we might as well give them
some playing time.
Some playing time, exactly. I think that makes sense. But
sounds like the Bears in the wide receiver position, so because we done had some healthy scratches for the last 2-3 years now. So.
Same thing. Let's see. Let's go to at the ticker below the Bears' latest news. Here's the 49ers. Latest news, we have a few new active players. Defensive tackle Kevin Givens. Unfortunately, Javon Kinlaw, our big first round draft pick, he's out. He's out for the rest of the year. With knee injury. knee surgery, I should say. And unfortunately, he did have these knee issues in college. But
Yeah,
hey, the 49ers decided to spend a first-round pick on him. A lot of 49er fans are saying, not a lot, but some are saying he's a bust. But I think it's too early for that.
Yeah, it's way too early for that.
Way too early. He still has 3 more years left. His first year as a rookie was the COVID year, so he had no mini camp, no training camp, no preseason.
Right.
So he wasn't with the NFL team. So that's going to hinder his his production and development. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's way too early to say that. But unfortunately, Javon Kinlaw, we drafted him because we traded away DeForest Buckner. And
I don't know why you guys did that one. I was head scratched. I'm like,
yeah, really? Money. That's what it comes down to. DeForest, I don't blame him for getting the most amount of money he can get. Right. NFL players have a short shelf life.
Get your money when you can.
Get it when you can, but I think he's getting paid 21 million, and I think we're paying Armstead 16. That is a huge difference.
Yeah,
But I mean, it is what it is. And Armstead, he's actually playing pretty well this year.
Yeah, yes.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup against the Bears.
I'm worried about him too because
exactly
free and our offensive line, he free too.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Lord.
And I was gonna say about Kinlaw, like he was already. I like that analogy when you got a 100-story building, right? And you can take the elevator up or you can walk the stairs. I feel like Kinlaw is at the bottom and he's got to walk all the way to the top. He was already at a disadvantage due to the 2020 season during COVID. We already were like, oh, well, you got to replace Buckner. You have to be the same player that Buckner is, but that's not fair expectations for him.
Especially right out the gate.
Exactly, especially right out the gate. And if fans are expecting Kinlaw to have a double-digit sack season, that's just not his game. Most defensive tackles don't do that. Defensive tackles usually stuff the run, take on double teams, allow the linebackers to fill. That's usually what
they are not Aaron Donald.
Exactly.
They are not Aaron Donald.
There's only one Aaron Donald, and there's everyone else. So,
right.
Yeah. So expectations are very high, but hopefully the knee surgery will, help his ailing knee, and hopefully it'll cure it. I gotta say, what's good to J.R. Meadows? He is a 49er fan. He says, "You don't let Sir Lance run the ball like that. Shanny is holding us back. Terrible coaching." JR has.
You don't know terrible coaching until you watch the Bears. I will just say that. You don't know terrible coaching until you watch the Bears. You watch the Bears today, you'll see it. Especially on offense, you will see it.
I agree with JR, and he's referring to the game that Trey Lance started against the Arizona Cardinals, and he had 16 carries, and that's a lot for a quarterback. And not all of them were designed runs. Some of them were, Trey Lance took the snap, he surveyed the field, and then he took off. I don't mind those run plays, but Shanahan had Lance run a few plays up the middle, going up against 300-pound defensive tackles. I don't think that's a recipe for success. If you're going to run Lance, have him run outside and go up against corners, But and then unfortunately,
options or something like that.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting to see if Lance gets in the game and how he will be used. That's for sure. And I agree with CG. Enough of the doghouse BS. I agree with that, man. By you not playing our best talent, it's hindering the team. Like, I think part of that is Shanahan's ego, right? Like, oh no, it's my way or the highway, but you're hurting the team, So, but what can you do, right? So I got to ask you, who has been the most impactful offensive and defensive player for the Bears this year?
Offensively, whatever's been in the backfield, Montgomery, Herbert, or Williams. Those have easily been our most impactful on offense. Defense, Robert Quinn has come out of absolutely nowhere. Because last year, we didn't get nothing from him. He had one more sack than you and me combined.
Yeah.
And we paid him 5 years, $75 million. And we got nothing from him last year. And him having the impact that he has freed up Mac, even though Mac isn't playing today. That's why our sack numbers have been so high, because Quinn has finally found himself, got his groove back. So he's easily been the most, I would say the whole team, honestly. Robert Quinn has been the most impactful player on the Bears, period.
Okay. And he is playing, but he is coming back from COVID, so we'll see how effective he will be. But he'll be lining up, I believe, on the right side of our offensive line. So he'll be lining up.
Actually, they move him around.
They move him around. Okay.
They move him around a lot. Him and Mac, but Travis Gibson, our young defensive end, he's probably going to see more snaps. So the Bears do a good job of mixing up packages up front. So you can see Robert Quinn inside, outside, right, left. They move him anywhere.
That's cool. Because one of our weaknesses on the offensive line is Mike Mcglinchey, number 69. He is the right tackle. I don't want to say he's been a turnstile, but unfortunately, he's been a turnstile.
And usually you don't get that from Notre Dame offensive linemen. So,
I would say this: his first 2 to 3 years, he was playing at almost a Pro Bowl level. The last 2 years, I don't know what's going on. He's regressing. He is in the final year of his contract. I would be surprised if he's back with the Niners this year. That's for sure.
Because 19, I was looking at him. I'm like, wow, the Niners got a steal on this one.
Yeah.
Then, like you said, the last 2 years have just been
down.
The same.
Nah, I agree, man. I definitely agree with that. So let's get to the question that we've all been waiting for. Let's get your prediction on the game. So obviously, I want you to say who do you think is going to win and a few reasons why this Sunday, or actually in less than an hour.
Okay. I watched your prediction too, and I seen your score, and we are very similar. And we both have the same team winning.
Yeah.
I'm going with the 49ers in this game. As much as it hates me to say this, of course, I'm a Bears fan, but number one, I just do not trust this Bears offense to score more than 14 points at all. We haven't scored more than 14 as offense all season long. Wow. Like every game is 14, 1 touchdown or 2 touchdowns, and probably field goals. And if we did have above 14, it's defense. So I don't trust this Bears offense to score enough points. We have way too many injuries on defense, I believe, especially with COVID, with Quinn, Mac being out. And so I got the Niners, and I said in my prediction video, 24-14 Niners.
Okay.
And I believe that you guys offensively will be able to run the ball on the Bears because the Bears haven't been that good up front. We haven't got much from Eddie Goldman. We still don't know what we're going to get from Akeem Hicks. Yeah. So I believe you guys have an ability to run the ball on us. And as far as the passing game goes, I think both teams will be a little bit neutral. Both our passing games hasn't necessarily been great or anything to be, world beaters. But I think you guys will do just enough with Jimmy G. Even though I don't think Jimmy G is going to put up world beater numbers.
Yeah.
The Bears aren't going to be able to get after him like they have in weeks past because of the injuries and COVID. So he's going to have a little bit more time in the pocket to find his open receiver. So I got y'all winning 24-14.
Wow. All right. Okay. First, I gotta say,
I gotta be honest. I just have to be honest. I can't lie. I cannot lie.
I appreciate your honesty, and we agree. But shout out to Blue True for the $10 super chat. What's good? Thanks for coming through, Blue True. Blue True is enjoying the conversation, and if you guys are enjoying the conversation and you're ready for some 49er football, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the stream.
Yes.
And also check out APW Sports. His link to all his social media is in the description of this video. Make sure you check him out. But I would agree, though. Yeah. I saw the link tree, but that's a good idea. One click shows all your social media info. You know, that's a great idea.
I love that because I don't like putting all separate links.
The separate links, exactly. But I would agree, though. I think the Niners do have an advantage in this game. I think obviously it all starts up front in the trenches, and I think the Bears offensive line, they've allowed the most sacks so far this year. I think the 49ers D line will be licking their chops. I think they'll be ready to go. I think we should be able to pressure the young quarterback, maybe force some turnovers. He's thrown 6 interceptions so far this year. Justin Fields has. And I think maybe we'll get some interceptions this year in this game. Last week, I believe we had at least 1 interception and a fumble recovery. So I think we should continue that trend and get some turnovers against this Bears offense. And I think the 49ers, we're going to have to run the ball. We'll see a lot of Elijah Mitchell, Jermichael Hasty. I think they should do well. I think we should have over 100 yards rushing. As you mentioned, we both talked about neither one of our run defense are great, but I think we could see both defenses kind of stack the box, maybe like 8 defenders in the box, daring the opposing quarterback to throw the ball to beat us. And I think that's going to be the key. Whoever can run the ball, whoever can, have the least amount of turnovers, least amount of penalties, and third down efficiency. That's going to be key. We've been terrible last week on third downs efficiency. Hopefully we get better in that area. We're going to need to, because we have to, we got to have sustained drives.
Yes.
Keep our defense off the field. They'll be well rested, ready to go when the Bears offense is back on the field. So, but I think I like the Niners to win this game. I like the Niners to win 24-13. That's what I'm picking.
Oh, so 1 point, 1 point less.
Yeah.
You just as me don't believe in this Bears offense. So we both have those same thoughts.
Yeah. And I think the Bears could keep this game closer if they're able to force a turnover. If Jimmy throws an INT or if we can't convert on third down, that'll definitely help the Bears offense, that's for sure. But I like the huge advantage of the 49ers D-line against the Bears O-line. I think that could decide the game. So
and another thing that we both have excellent middle linebackers. Excellent middle linebackers.
Yep, Roquan and Fred Warner. Absolutely.
Fred Warner, I've loved Fred Warner. I've been watching him for the last. I love Fred Warner.
That's right. Yeah.
I love Fred Warner. Like, we know as a Bears, we have a history of middle linebacker play.
Yes.
Terry Buckets, Urlacher. We can add Roquan to that list because he's been playing out of his mind this year.
Yeah.
It's just he gets overlooked. You got Wagner in you guys' division. You have Warner.
Yeah.
You have Darius Leonard, who you guys faced last week. He's
a beast.
Really solid. He's a beast.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Roquan gets overlooked. He should be right there with those guys.
I would agree.
There with them.
And it'll be exciting to see him up close and personal because I don't watch too many Bears games, so it'd be nice to see him going up against this 49ers offense. That's for sure. So I've been asking my guests this of late, and I'm gonna continue to ask this. This is a great question just to hear your perspective. So, who is on your Mount Rushmore of greatest Chicago Bears players? So this is a 2-part question. I want to know, like, as far as overall in the entire Bears franchise, and then also I want you to answer the next 4 for like the past 20 years.
The past, okay. So first, I'll start with history.
Yes.
This guy behind me.
Yep.
This guy behind me is definitely number 1, the greatest Bear ever. Point blank, period. Walter Payton, Sweetness. 2. And they're probably going to be all defense. Number 2, I will have to go Dick Buckus, number 2. 3, I'm going to go with Singletary.
Okay.
4, Urlacher. 4, I'm going to have to go with Urlacher.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with Urlacher.
All right. So who are your top 4 in the last 20 years?
Urlacher. This is a good one. Because the Bears haven't had a lot. Well, we're not going to put Jay Cutler up there. Hell no. And all 4 are going to probably be defense again. I will have to go Peanut Tillman.
Yep.
I would have to go Lance Briggs. 4 is going to be offense. I'm going to go Matt Forte.
Okay.
I'm going to go Matt Forte.
Now he was one of the better backs in the NFL when he was in his prime, and he could do it all. He could run the ball, catch the ball. It's unfortunate he couldn't really prepare you guys to the Super Bowl. We couldn't really see him at the highest level. But there's no doubt, Jay Cutler, I mean, for all his faults, he has been the best quarterback, for the Bears.
And that's a sad thing to say.
I know, right?
Hey, you guys have been spoiled with Montana Young.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of want to hear your answer to this now. I want to hear that answer to this for you.
I would say, for me, historical is pretty easy. It's Young, it's Montana, it's Jay Rice, and Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, and if I would add a coach, of course, it would be Bill Walsh, Yeah. But in the last 20 years, that's a great question. I haven't really thought about it. Last 20 years, you got to put at least Patrick Willis. I would probably put Bryant Young. He leads the 49ers in sacks. And he was just a hell of a player, defensive tackle, got after the quarterback. He did it all. Of course, Frank Gore. Got to put Frank Gore.
Oh, yeah. I love Frank Gore. Yeah.
And, I'm going to say this. My favorite 49er of all time is Terrell Owens. So I would put him as number 4.
Good. I was waiting on you to say his name.
I wish he could have retired. I wish he could have retired as a 49er, man, but unfortunately it didn't work out with him and Garcia and Mariucci. But those would be my top 4 of the last 20 years. And that's a hard list because you could go. I mean, I could have said Alden Smith. He had a hell of a years. He had a short amount of time with the 49ers. I could say Cap. He took us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did, and you almost won it too.
Almost won it. So yeah, but that's a great question. I love asking my guests that question.
That was a good one.
And we're at the 45-minute mark. So you still gotta.
Yeah, I still got time.
Okay,
I still got time.
Okay, cool. So
I thought I would have less, but I got more.
Okay, cool. All right.
Plus, I'm having some fun on here. So
all right, man. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. CG Ruthless Sports, he says, if I were Jed York, I would address Shanahan and say, hey, play these guys. What are we doing? Not playing.
Yep. You've been touching on that a lot. Yep.
Yeah. And I would agree with that, CG. And also CG says Jordan Willis returns from suspension. Yeah, Jordan Willis, he's an edge rusher. He was suspended the first 6 weeks of the season due to, I think, like PEDs or something, but he should be active. So let's see. Tommy Huxley, what's good? Tommy Huxley says, I like the hat, though. It should say Care Bears on it.
Oddly enough, I've been seeing Care Bear references all week.
Yeah.
It's not the first.
I've just started hearing that, too. Yeah.
I've been hearing that all week, especially from Packer fans. I've been hearing it all week.
That's pretty good. Now, we will have a rookie, Talanoa Hufonga, the safety we drafted out of USC this year. He will be getting his first start because of Jaquiski Tartt being injured. 49er Fable says, what are your thoughts on Hufonga getting his first start? I'll say he gets a big hit on someone. Yeah, I think so too. There's no doubt Hufonga likes to hit. I think the big thing with Hufonga is his coverage in the secondary. Like, does he have the foot speed? Does he have the quickness to, be in zone coverage and be the last line of defense? I think Hufonga is great, at the line of scrimmage and run support, but it'd be good to see him out there because he potentially could be the starter, next year, because I would be surprised if we bring back Jaquiski Tartt. He's a player, unfortunately, who's missed a lot of games with the 49ers, and I would be surprised. And he's on the wrong side of 30, so I'd be surprised if he's back with us. But yeah, and CG Ruthless says, Niner faithful, I want Hufonga to get an interception.
Well, you might get one.
Yeah, that would be real nice.
You might get one. The way our offenses looked, you just might get one.
Yeah, and looks like Jay says Trent Williams is playing. That is huge. What do you think about that? The big man, left tackle.
That is huge because he was a question mark coming into this game. I mean, but
yes,
he's playing. I think he's one of the best tackles in football. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, he'll definitely help. Protecting Jimmy G's blind side, and that'll definitely be good to see him. Being there, and he'll help solidify the offensive line, especially in blocking opportunities and also in the run game. So I'm looking forward to that. That's definitely a great sign that he'll be playing. Alejandro, what's good? Thanks for tuning into the stream. He says 49ers are about to take a win. I think so.
Me too.
I think we should win this game.
We should win it.
Um,
And this is coming from a Bears fan, guys.
yeah.
You guys should beat us. You guys should beat us.
I think so. I mean, I know it's on the road. I know it's an early start, but right now the Bears aren't playing their best. But the thing is, we're not playing our best either. But this is a must win. This is a must win for
each team.
Yeah.
Each team.
Yeah. Because we have to end this losing streak. We're on a 4-game losing streak so far. So it's got to stop here because it doesn't get any easier. After we play Chicago, we've got Arizona and the Rams.
Ooh.
So yeah, exactly.
Ooh. I thought we had a tough stretch.
Yeah.
2 back-to-back games like that. Because I know
Division
we got
games.
I think we got Pittsburgh next week, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that.
And the NFC West is, I think it's the toughest division in the NFL. I think. What do you think about
I said that coming in the year. Every one of those teams have a chance to be in the playoffs. All 4 of them have a chance.
Yeah.
It's just Seattle don't have Russell now, and you guys have been dealing with injuries, and the Rams and the Cardinals look like the cream of the crop right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah, I was surprised the Cardinals lost that Thursday night game against the Packers. But yeah.
I was so rooting on you guys to win that game. We know the Cardinals to win that game. I'm like, can that Kyler Murray? I'm like, do something, please.
Yeah.
And then that last play, AJ Green.
Yeah, with AJ Green.
I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
It was almost as if AJ Green knew the ball wouldn't come to him. Like he didn't even look back for the ball. At all.
His controller got disconnected.
I saw that picture on social media too.
I was watching it. I'm like, oh Lord, now for the hitters from Packer fans all week that they beat the undefeated team. Oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. You were mad that the Packers won. I was happy the Packers won because obviously the Cardinals are in my division.
Right in your division.
But yeah, I was surprised they lost that game. But honestly,
Green Bay didn't have Lazard and Devontae
Adams. Right.
And Valdez Scantling. All 3 were out and they were still to win that game.
That tells you Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers is a beast.
And he said he owns the Bears.
He did say that.
I hate to admit it, but he's right.
Yeah, I mean, ever since he's
right.
The Bears have never beat the Packers in the playoffs, right? I don't think so. So
the reason they have the Super Bowl is because of us.
Yeah. Yep. CG Ruthless says, should we play Jalen Moore over Mike Mcglinchey? Now, Jalen Moore, we drafted him in the 5th round this year. He's played pretty well in training camp, in preseason, and also he filled in for Trent Williams last week. Jalen Moore, but he's been practicing at the left tackle position. He hasn't really played right tackle. I think at this point, you might as well keep Mcglinchey in there. Yeah. But, I mean, Jalen Moore, he could possibly play the right tackle position in the future because I don't think Trent Williams is going anywhere. We just signed him to, one of the most expensive contracts. Mm-hmm. He's not going anywhere. We're not trading him. So, yeah, Jalen Moore, he should start practicing, I think, at that right tackle position. But that's a good idea, though, CG. Maybe in the future. Maybe not right now, but real soon, especially if we're out of playoff contention.
Yeah.
The CG Ruthless, same question. Should we play Aaron Banks over Brunskill? Aaron Banks, we drafted him in the 2nd round. He's basically been a healthy scratch. I think he suited up last week, but he didn't play. But for whatever reason, we want to ride with Daniel Brunskill. He is a veteran, Brunskill, and he's played multiple positions along the offensive line. But Brunskill, he's the person I'm most concerned about on the offensive line and pass protection. He plays a right guard position, and he's unfortunately at times this season he's been a turnstile. So, but we'll see if Akeem Hicks isn't playing. Obviously, that bodes well for Brunskill. But
yeah, it does. It does. And Eddie Goldman hasn't been his same self either ever since he came back. So,
yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup because the interior pass rush is worse on a quarterback than the outside pass rush, I think. Mm-hmm. And I said before, if Jimmy can't get protected, I think that's definitely a win for the defense. That's for sure.
Right. Because Jimmy he's not Trey Lance, can't move like that.
Right.
Which is why I think the Bears went to Fields over Dalton because Dalton can't move, especially how he got hurt. Is him moving. So
is he still on IR, Andy Dalton?
No. Okay. They've never put him on IR.
Okay. So he's the backup.
He's the backup, and Nick Foles has been the healthy scratch.
Okay.
Which I wish we would have traded him.
Sean, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Sean. I know you're excited for this Niner game. If you're still on, go ahead and leave your prediction for the score of the game. And speaking of defensive line, how we were just talking about CG Ruthless, great point. He says the Bears' X factor should be Akeem Hicks because our interior offensive line is suspect in pass block. I agree.
Yeah. If he plays, I think they should have came out with the active list.
Yeah.
They
said he was questionable, but you figure they would know right now. Yeah.
I'm about to actually look myself.
It's 35 minutes till kickoff, so they should know.
They should have had it out by now.
Marty Williams.
And yes, Akeem Hicks is active.
Okay. All right. So that'll be an interesting matchup for Brunskill and Alex Mack. And Alex Mack, we signed him in the offseason, a veteran free agent. He was with Shanahan with the Falcons, but he hasn't been great. He hasn't been terrible. He's kind of been average. So that'll be an interesting matchup with Akeem Hicks going up against our offensive line. So
Akeem Hicks, we need Bilal Nichols for the Bears to step up as well. He's another interior defensive lineman that adds depth. He needs to step up. I haven't seen much from him most of the year, and he had a really good 2020. Like he had a 2020 where he was like, okay, 2021 we should see more from him. We just haven't. We just have not. Today will be a good day to start.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bears defensive line interior, I think they have an advantage over our offensive line. And we'll see how that plays out. I think Shanahan's just going to have to scheme plays away. Like if we can't protect Jimmy, we're going to have to throw some quick slants, quick outs, screen passes, get rid of the ball quick. I think that's going to, benefit us if we do that. Especially if the Bears pass rush. I still think you guys got a solid pass rush.
Yeah, it's solid, but it just won't be as dynamic.
It won't be as dynamic without Mac. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's since it's Halloween, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
I'm not really, to be honest, I'm not really a huge candy person.
Okay.
But if I had to choose any candy that I like, I would have to say Twix.
Twix? All right. Okay.
I would have to say Twix. How about you? What would you go with?
I would say, for me, it's Reese's. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and I would say Kit Kat. Those are my favorites.
My girl loves Reese's. Kit Kat. I do like a good Kit Kat every once in a while, but if I had one choice, it's a Twix.
Yeah. And those in the chat, go ahead, put in your favorite Halloween candy. I have two children, so we will be going trick-or-treating tonight. So it's always a great time. I can eat half of their candy. And, that's because I gotta say, hey, you can't eat all that candy. You gotta share. You don't need all that sugar. Exactly. So if you're in the chat, go ahead and leave your favorite Halloween candy. As we are about 32 minutes from kickoff.
Okay, I do have this question for you.
Sure.
What is your favorite Halloween movie?
Favorite Halloween movie? Ooh. That's a good question. I would say if I had to pick one, I really like the Purge movie series. I really like that. I would say that. The Purge.
This might sound weird, but I don't really watch horror movies.
You don't really watch horror? Okay.
Nah. You're a punk. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be that.
No, I would agree with you. Like if I want to turn on a movie, my first thing is not a horror film. I would rather watch action or comedy.
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed those Purge movies. It was just something different, something that we had really never seen before.
Right.
Of course, you got the Halloween with Michael Myers, but it seems like the same
thing.
Yeah.
I got out of that so long ago. I'm movie.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Are they on their 15th movie? Like
I have no idea what number that.
They just came out with one. Like this month, I think, or a few weeks ago.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I still ain't gonna watch it. So somebody can spoil it. I'm not gonna watch it.
CG Ruthless gives his prediction on the game. He's got the 49ers scoring 28 points, beating the Bears, and the Bears scoring 24. Okay.
You got more faith than me, my brother.
Yeah. And look at Tommy Huxley. He's got the Bears winning 20-17. Wow. And Tommy is a 49ers fan. Yeah.
You think the Bears are going to get more than 14 points? If they do, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate.
Let's see. Let me get to these comments. Let's see. I'm running a little behind. Let me get to let's see. Yeah, I'm way behind. Braves Country, what's good? Good luck to your Braves today. And he is a 49ers fan as well. So good luck to your Braves.
Good luck to the Braves. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for the Braves. 2-1
in the World Series, I think.
I think they went 3-1 last night.
Okay.
Hey, the Astros beat my White Sox, so go Braves.
Yeah. J.R. Meadows says if we lose to a rookie quarterback at this point, we'd be officially trash.
Hey, if you guys lose to a rookie quarterback, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
At least
I don't think, and there's a reason why we're favored in this game on the road. I think we're favored by 4 points.
Yeah.
I mean, we should win this game. Looks like J.R. Meadows says Singletary. I guess he would be one of his players in his Mount Rushmore of Chicago greats.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of this name, but I didn't say it. But Devin Hester.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot about Hester. You know what?
Returner.
That's Matt Forte off my Rushmore.
Yeah.
Hester.
Gotta play Hester. Yeah.
Hester. God. He's the reason we were in a lot of games back then. Hester, yes.
And he had that kickoff return in the Super Bowl.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about that Super Bowl. I swear, to this day, I still cannot watch that game. I just watched the kickoff. All right, cool. Click.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nothing else about that game.
Oh man.
That game was brutal.
And looks like J.R. Meadows says Kid Norton. Okay, he's on the 49ers Mount Rushmore. Okay, I respect that.
Norton, that's T.O.
isn't in my top 5. Wow. I mean, if you say that because T.O. didn't play that many years, I mean, he played what?
He's from 98 to like.
Yes, it might have been 6 or 7 years, something like that. Yeah, so
he was good all those years.
Yes, he was. Yeah. And I think he was a 3rd round pick. So
I know he was late. I do know that.
Yeah, and he's a Hall of Fame talent. Like, yeah, but CG Ruthless
I love T.O. I love T.O.
And CG Ruthless says Tim McDonald. Okay, yeah, he was a hell of a safety for the 49ers.
I just wish you guys could have kept Dion
I know, right? Yeah, we should have kept Dion a lot more years, man. We should have kept him for a few more years.
I love Deion Sanders.
Jay says you got to put Dave Wilcox on Mount Rushmore of 49ers. Okay, well, that's a name I'm not familiar with. I have to do
I've seen the name before, but I'm not too familiar with it myself.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Tommy says we should put Jalen Moore at right guard. Yeah, I mean, Brunskill has not been great. He's been average so far, sometimes below average, but hey, the 49ers offensive line, I'm sure he gives his input on who should be the starter, who's performing better as far as a reserve, and the team seems like they're still confident in Brunskill. So let's see. CG Ruthless says Jordan Willis will play like Myles Garrett out there, blink your eye, and Justin Fields is sacked. Really?
First of all, you playing anything to Myles Garrett?
Yeah,
I got fears of Myles Garrett the way he dominated us.
Crisco's Country Life. What's good?
What's up?
Tuning into the stream, man. Let's see. Jay has Jay Rice over T.O. and Mount Rushmore. I can respect that.
Anybody would.
Yeah.
Anybody would. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the GOAT. So
I agree with Tommy Willis. He's missed the first 6 weeks. He'll probably be a little rusty. I mean, we'll see how many snaps he gets. And it looks like Jay does not want Jalen Moore at right tackle. Okay.
Got a difference of opinions, I see.
Yeah. SG Sports Talk Channel. What's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. He says, hi, Jay in the Bay. Thoughts on Trey Lance? Well, he's active. So
So that's a plus. I would just be surprised. I'm not going to get my hopes up that he's going to actually play. I would be surprised, but I'm looking forward to seeing him play. And I do think this is Jimmy G's last stand. If Jimmy G can't get a win in Chicago, 5-game losing streak, I don't want to say this.
Looking.
Exactly. I don't want to see this. I don't want to say the season's over, but why not start playing some of the young guys?
Let Trey Lance get in and develop.
Exactly, because we're going to need him next year to hit the ground running. That's for sure.
Yeah.
SG Sports Talk Channel is giving his favorite Halloween candy, so he's got Snickers. Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Snickers.
Yeah, because it's got the peanuts in it.
Yeah, I'm not a peanut fan.
But he does like Twix.
Twix, yep.
Your fave, and he likes my fave, Reese's. Okay.
Matter of fact,
let's see. CG says Snickers is his favorite, along with Reese's peanut butter. Yeah, Reese's, man. That's it right there.
My girl loves Reese's. Oh my God, Reese's everything with her. Lord.
SG Sports says his favorite movie is Halloween. We were talking about that. All right, and he likes Friday the 13th. Okay.
I've seen that. Now that one I did see. I did see that one.
Yeah. Also, Young Hitter says Halloween and Scream. Scream was pretty good.
Yeah, Scream was pretty good. I did watch that one. Scream was pretty good. It was funny and it was pretty good at the same time.
Yep, you're right about that, Tommy. Exactly. Yep, that's right.
2 more than I have. I have none. I have none.
CG says Hocus Pocus. Okay.
I did not like that movie. I did watch that one too. I did not like
I'm trying to remember that. The name sounds familiar. I don't remember.
It was an older movie.
Okay.
I think it had some, if I remember the movie right, I think it was witches or something like that. If I remember right. But
I don't remember that one. It sounds familiar. I just can't picture.
I can't
picture in my head who was the villain, who was in it. Yeah, so SG Sports says Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay.
That's Freddy, right?
Yeah.
That was a dumb question.
SG Sports also says Scream. So we got a few for Scream, few for Halloween.
That might be one of the only series I actually liked a little bit was that one.
Okay.
I'm not a big horror fan. So.
Yeah, CG feels the same way you do. He doesn't like scary movies. I respect that.
Nope.
I respect that.
I'll take a comedy and an action film any day of the week.
Over, yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree with that. I would definitely take action or comedy or adventure or something over that. So I would agree.
Fast and Furious is my favorite. Fast and Furious.
What do you think about the last one?
I liked it. It was a little bit too predictable.
Yeah.
But I did like it. I wish they would stop the series, though. I'm not going to lie. I wish they would stop it.
Yeah, I got to be honest. Like, the last one is, I hate to say it's boring, but it's we've seen it before.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You look at the first Fast and the Furious to now.
It's a drastically different series.
Huge difference. But the money, it's all about, the money.
People going to keep
I like the first few. Yeah. I like the first few ones better. I did
more
like
about the cars in those. They had more about the cars.
It was about the cars.
The later ones have been more about the story and the actions.
Right. But I like The Rock. I like when The Rock was in it, and I like The Rock spinoff with Hobbs and Shaw. I like that.
That was decent. That was a decent one.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the first few Fast and the Furious were the best, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Because once they got to 7 and Paul Walker passed, I'm like, it's kind of time to let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Tommy says Halloween, the original, is the must-watch on Halloween. Okay, all right.
That'll be any time soon for me, but okay.
Yeah. SG Sports Talk Channel. Wow. You got the 49ers winning 75-0. Tell me how you really feel.
75. Ain't nobody scored 70 points in the game. NFL since the 40s.
Maybe he's talking about Madden. Maybe he played Madden this morning and
on rookie.
On rookie, exactly. Yes.
75. 96.
TG Ruthless says 96 to 03. So that's about 7 years. Yeah, so
96. I thought it was. I'm thinking 98, but 99 is when he broke that catch record against.
Right. Yeah. So yeah.
And one of y'all former ones was R.W. McQuarters was.
Yep. Excellent
we
corner.
We used to call him Toast.
He had some good days with the Niners, more bad ones, but yeah.
8 years.
8 years with the Niners. The rest of the 7 years trio played with 4 other teams. Yeah, man. I wish we would have kept him. He should have retired a 49er. Sure. Or at least played as many years as Jerry Rice did in a 49er uniform.
And Jerry Rice was in that uniform for a long time.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Jay says, well, this is a little bit old, but we got 20 minutes till kickoff. See, Damian Hernandez, what's good? I think he's a Chicago Bears fan. Here's his top 4 of the last 20 years. Or no, this is lifetime. He says Walter Payton, Matt Forte, Tillman, and Hester.
Hey, to each his own. I'm gonna just say that.
I mean, Tillman. I remember Tillman punching the football out, forcing turnovers. He was good in coverage. Now I hear he is a FBI agent. Yeah, like wow. You go from a professional athlete to an FBI agent.
You go locking down on the field, now you locking down off.
Exactly, man. That's an incredible journey, man. And Devin Hester, I think he is the greatest kickoff returner of all time, or punt returner, everything. So
he should definitely be in the hall. He should definitely be in the hall.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Walter Payton, what can you say? It's sweetness. What can you say? Greatest Bear of all time. How many years did he play? How many
13.
Years? 13. Okay.
And only missed 1 game in 13 years.
Wow. You just don't see that nowadays.
Especially at the running back position.
Right. I know Frank Gore, he had an unbelievable run with the 49ers. I don't think he missed too many games. But yeah, similar to that.
Frank Gore had some bad knee injuries in college.
He did. Yeah. And it's funny, I don't think he had any other he didn't tear anything else throughout his NFL career. I don't think. So
I don't think so either.
Yeah. KD, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, KD. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Tommy actually says CG is lying. His favorite candy is Swedish fish.
Hey, I do like. I forgot about that. I do like some
Swedish fish are good. They're not bad.
Fish are good. Swedish fish are good.
Oh man, that's pretty good. Tommy says he has the J and the Bay Friday the 13th box set. Okay,
ooh,
all right.
I remember this movie. Furious set yesterday, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember this movie, Bones with Snoop?
That movie was so bad. Oh, that movie was so bad.
That's funny.
Bones? That was a bad movie.
Beltway 95 Sports. What's good? Thanks for tuning into the stream. He says, another great show. You are growing fast. I appreciate that. He says, Jason was bad for me growing up. Yeah, Jason was definitely scary. That's for sure. Yeah, as a kid, Jason was scary. You know, the Candy Man, like you go in the bathroom, you turn off the lights, you say, on a mirror, like that was scary as a kid for sure.
Yes, most definitely.
Let's see. Damian says, as a Bears fan, it hurts to say this, but the 49ers 45-0. This team sucks in general. Wow. Is he trolling? He's trolling.
We are not the Jacksonville Jaguars, or we are not the New York Jets.
Yeah.
45-0. You must be playing Madden or Rookie for the Bears. Ain't no way this defense, as much as we're injured, gonna let up 45 points, unless your name is Aaron Rodgers. But other than that, 45.
And Tommy says, Damian, no way, man. We suck too, bro. Well, we are on a 4-game losing streak.
Our rosters are almost very similar. If you look at them, they are very similar.
Yeah.
It's just you guys got a much better offensive line than we do, because ours it doesn't hurt that we have Tevin Jenkins and Larry Borum hurt. Annie Fetty hurt. So
So Fields could be running for his life, man. We'll see.
I hope not.
Oh yeah, and SG Sports. I don't want to forget this comment. He says Pat Tillman was in the military, and I thank him for all his service. Absolutely, man. Salute to Pat Tillman, man. Like, you know, I know he played with the Cardinals and he gave up his contract to fight for this country. That's definitely something that's honorable.
Very.
And absolutely, very, very much respect, man. Much respect.
Yes.
And I think Pat Tillman has a statue in front of the Cardinals Stadium.
I think so.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, so. I know he has a statue. I don't know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, but I know he has one.
Yeah. When I go to a Cardinals game when they play the Niners, that's definitely will be on my bucket list. Check out that statue and, you know, and take a picture with him, because that's definitely, most people wouldn't do that. Let's be real. Like, most people would not do that. So
no.
Man, shout out to you, Pat Tillman. And let's see. Continue on with the comments. I do too, man. I do too, Tommy.
Did you watch the new one?
I haven't seen it. The new Candyman.
I haven't either.
Oh yeah. So when I first read his comment, I don't know for sure, but I think he's saying I love Candy Man. Or is he talking about the movie?
That's what I'm thinking. It's the movie. I'm thinking the movie.
Yeah, I thought he was just saying I love Candy. But yeah, I haven't seen the new one yet. I haven't
either.
But that's the one directed by I think it's the guy from Key and Peele. I think Jordan. I think he directed or he wrote it or something.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it was something like that.
KD is offering his his top 4 for greatest 49ers ever. He's got, of course, Joe Montana, Jay Rice, Ronnie Lott, and he's got Bill Walsh. Yeah. I'm conflicted because you could put Walsh there or you could put Young, you know. But if it's just players, you got to put obviously Steve Young.
Yeah, you know? If it's just everything, George Halas is definitely in the Bears top 4.
Right.
But if it's just players, Halas, no.
Yeah, and then on ours, I mean, you could put Eddie DeBartolo up there. You could put Eddie DeBartolo, Bill Walsh. Maybe then you just put Rice and Montana. Like, you could do that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see, I'm only 34. I didn't see the 80s, but that was.
Yeah, I'm only 30, so I didn't either.
Yeah. So that was obviously the best, time, the glory days of the 49ers for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see most of it.
Luke Luna, what's good? He is a 49ers fan. Shout out to you, Luke. He says, cheers, let's go get this win. Nothing else matters, not the narratives, not the arguments, just this win. Let's go. I already agree. It's not about style points. We're not playing college football. This isn't BCS. It's just go out there, execute, and beat the man in front of you. That's all
it comes down to. Win.
Yep. That's right. Jay says he scored 100 points in Madden, man. Wow.
I did too, in Madden 08.
Yeah. Oh, rookie, yeah.
Madden 08.
Damian says Khalil Mack is out. We ain't winning. What you think, man?
I hate to agree with him, but
yeah,
I don't see the Bears winning this at all. Yeah. I just don't. I'm gonna be rooting for him. I'm gonna be cheering for him, and I lose my voice even more. But
Eric Edits, what's good? Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. Yeah, the Cowboys got a good game tonight against the Vikings. Sunday night.
I got a video planned on them too, so
we'll see if Dak plays though. That'll be interesting.
He should, though. I didn't hear anything about him being hurt or anything.
Well, he's got the was it the calf? I think it was a calf, something, I believe. And I don't know if this is true. I heard Cooper Rush was taking a lot of the first team reps this week. So
yeah, I gotta look into it.
Yeah,
we've got a pretty good team. I did not see this coming from them at all.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. But the Cowboys are legit.
They are legit.
Let's see. So Tommy was talking about the movie. Yeah, I saw the movie Candyman when it first came out. Yeah,
the original one. I didn't see the new one with Tony Todd. I didn't see the new one.
Antonio McCoy, what's good? He says the new movie is whack.
I've heard that.
Okay.
I've heard that a lot from people. The new movie is not good. I've heard it.
And like Tommy, I haven't seen it either, the new one. So
I haven't either. Maybe one day I'll make time to watch it. But
yeah.
Oh, one question.
Sure.
A show that I just finished like last week. Did you watch Squid Game?
So I watched the first, I think I'm on episode 4 or 5, maybe 4, and I haven't finished it, but I don't know. I'll say this: it's a show that you have to really watch it. You got to pay attention. There's a lot going on, and when my 5-month-old is crying, I kind of can't pay attention to it. So I kind of stopped watching it. I have to watch it. I'm gonna finish it, but I hear it's great.
I could not keep my eyes off the TV screen because I was like, I ain't gonna watch no more episodes. Then I'm like, nope, I gotta see what happens.
Yeah, you gotta see what happens.
Very good. It is very good.
I appreciate that, young hitter. Thanks for enjoying the stream and enjoy the game today, man. Let's see. Damien says, only way we win is if Gold kicks double doinks. LOL. And Gold ain't playing. Gold is hurt.
I met Robbie Gold, to be honest.
Wow. Okay.
He's a really nice guy when he was with us, but now he's with y'all. And now, I did see he's not playing.
No, he's not playing. I think he has it's a growing injury, I think.
Something like that.
But I
do keep up with him.
Yeah, because I mean he was with the Bears for a long time, and then
very long time. And we had kicking problems ever since we let him go. Until now. Because Santos has been good, but we had kicking problems, and we're not gonna bring up the word double doink right now. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Did that good old playoffs. John, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, John. He says with Kinlaw out, our interior defensive line will be hurting on the run defense. The Bears are 4th in running, I believe. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to have DJ Jones step up, Kentavious Street, Zach Kerr. But I think Kinlaw, that's his best attribute is taking on double teams and slowing down the running game. And with him out, we have seen a difference of our running defense. It hasn't been as good with him not being on the field. So I think the Bears do have an advantage there for sure. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. Yep, Tommy Lexi Gold is injured. And Corey says he's seen the glory days. He's seen the team of the 80s. And happy birthday to you, KD.
Happy birthday.
And Blue True says, cool stream. Happy Halloween, guys. And chat, go Niners. Absolutely. And Jay says, great stream. Yeah, so I guess we're going to wrap this up.
Game is about like 10 minutes away.
Yep, exactly. So happy Halloween to everyone. Shout out to APW Sports. Thanks for tuning or coming on to the stream with me. It's been a blast, man. I'm looking forward to when we do our next stream, the next time the Niners and Bears play each other. But go ahead, for the people that have not heard of your channel, what can they expect from APW Sports this season?
It's more Bears than anything, but I got more videos coming on other teams in the next couple of weeks. So you guys love football, joining both of us. Both our channels, good channels to watch, entertain yourselves, football, love football, watch us. Most point blank period.
Hey, and we got a super chat from John. Hot diggity dog, man. I appreciate that, John. He says, great stream, fellas, man. I appreciate that and your support. I love seeing when you're in the chat, man. I appreciate all the support. And yeah, the chat was lit, man. We had a lot of people in here, a lot of contributions from the chat. And I always say, without the chat, I'm just talking to myself. So, you know, it would be...
Yes.
So I appreciate your contribution, man. And Bay Area Throwbacks, what's good? He says, happy Halloween and go Niners, man. I appreciate you for coming through. Antonio says, love the show. Keep up the great work. 49er from Hyde Park, Chicago. So you know my life was hard. Yeah, make sure you rep them Niners, man. No matter where you at, rep them Niners, man.
Can't be from Hyde Park. Come on, bro.
Rep them Niners, man. Wear that red and gold proud, man.
Hey, we got Packer fans here too, so
hey. Yeah. And Redder, what's good? He is a Steelers fan, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Shout out to Luke Luna for that super chat, man, or a super sticker. I appreciate your contributions. And Antonio says, LOL. And make sure you guys check out APW Sports. His social media link and information is all in the description of this video. Make sure you check his video out. Make sure you subscribe. And it's been a blast. I'm looking forward to the game. We got about 5 minutes. But shout out to everyone who's in the chat today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks for supporting intheBay and APW Sports. And any last words you like to say, APW, before we head on
last down? Words. I appreciate you for having me on.
Absolutely.
It's been a real blast. Actually, this is one of the first live streams I did with another fan. So
okay, cool.
I really had a blast. I had an absolute blast. It's been fun. And I really appreciate
that. I appreciate
keep
that,
up
man.
The good work on your channel. You are very entertaining. And I actually really like your content. So keep it up, my brother.
Hey, I appreciate it. Likewise, man. And thank you for the kind words. Looking forward to the next time we can stream together. And good luck in the game. Hopefully you guys stay healthy. I will say that. And everyone enjoy the game. Have a good rest of your Sunday and enjoy Halloween.
Happy Halloween tonight.
Everybody. Happy Halloween. All right, man. Take it easy.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, so that was APW Sports. Make sure you check him out. Check out his social media info. It's all in the link of the description. I'm getting ready to sign off. I will have a post-game live stream. Make sure you guys join me there. Looks like Damien says, thank God for the Bull season. Yeah, the Bulls are playing pretty well. Beltway 95 Sports says, everyone be safe. The same to you. And he also says, go Ravens. Good luck to your team. But shout out to everyone that was in the chat today, especially John, Blue True, Luke Luna. I appreciate the donations and enjoy the game. And the 49ers will win this game. You know, got to limit the turnovers, got to be effective on third down offense. And we can't have these ridiculous penalties, especially in the defensive secondary. We do those three things well. I think we can definitely win this game. I have the Niners winning 24-13. Looking forward to Hufonga getting his first start at the safety position. And let's get this win, 49ers. SG Sports Talk. Let's get a win. Jay says, great stream. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. And I'll see you guys in the post-game live stream. See you then. Go Niners.